franchise Telltale has returned to more frequently than the rest is its Walking Dead series, and that's no surprise considering the critical and commercial success the developer has found in that zombie-ridden verse. So for some, the release of a miniseries set far away from the characters in Telltale's established plot may seem like a cash grab. In the beginning, it's a little unclear exactly when Michonne's story is supposed to sit in the Walking Dead comic book timeline. There are a couple of hints dropped for those with a keen eye, such as that she doesn't have her katana or her zombie pets, but the game never explicitly shows us that Michonne has already met with and subsequently left the Grimes group in Alexandria. I don't know why inserting a little exposition would have hurt the first episode, but it was something that caused me a little confusion, especially with all of Michonne's flashbacks to the start of the zombie apocalypse. If you've read the comics, and I recommend that you do before playing The Walking Dead Michonne, you know that Michonne is one of the series' most iconic characters. But as time has gone on, the book's attention on her has waned. If you're like me and you've been craving more Michonne of late, you should really buy this game. Telltale allows players to become Michonne without creating situations that would force the character to act differently from what fans expect. Some dialogue choices sometimes feel a little out of place, but most of the decisions players face offer options that are in line with our understanding of Michonne. In this miniseries, it seems that the loss of Michonne's two daughters continues to haunt her. From the season's start, it's clear that Michonne is grappling with severe depression and thoughts of suicide. Throughout the game, she struggles to remain on this side of sanity. For Telltale, this is a welcome shift in tone and attention to issues that plague society even when it's not terrorized by the ravenous undead. For video games, it's one more title that shows this medium is far from finished growing.
Don't talk about that.
Either way, they're suffering.
I just wish that I could say that Telltale innovates in gameplay as well. Anyone who plays Telltale games knows to expect the QuickTime-heavy, dialogue-driven formula. To some degree, it's a comforting prospect, but mostly it just feels overused at this point. For once, gameplay performance is not a low point for a Telltale game, but the art style now feels familiar and has lost its charm since its debut in The Walking Dead Season 1. These things don't hinder the overall experience, but it would have been nice to see them meet the standards that the story and tone set. However, game animations have seen a slight improvement. Action feels more fluid, sometimes intentionally slowing to give players the chance to savor an attack's results, and quick-timed icons float in the air in 3 dimensions. Okay, it's not a huge difference, but for Telltale, it shows that the developer is looking for ways to freshen up their experiences, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'd also like to note that while Michonne's combat scenes are effective, I can never get past the fact that she was carrying a machete everywhere. I understand why she doesn't have the katana, but it's still a little disappointing when one of the things that makes the character so iconic is missing.
I know that doesn't help or explain anything, but...
Middle of Nowhere Gaming gives The Walking Dead Michonne an 8.2 out of 10. This game is short, but well worth the $15 asking price for anyone who finds themselves fans of the Walking Dead comic book series. While it doesn't stray far from Telltale's previous endeavors, there are some new stylistic choices that the developer's fans will notice and appreciate. The game's alternative subject matter and the choices built around it are almost enough for me to suggest this title to a non-fan of The Walking Dead. One decision in particular is probably the most difficult I've ever had to make in Telltale Games history. Now, allow me to leave you with one of my favorite moments in The Walking Dead Michonne.
They must be headed for the promised land, for Pharaoh's army got drowned. And oh, Mary, don't you weep. They are so happy, just hear them sing. They must be looking for the coming king, for Pharaoh's army got drowned. And oh, Mary, don't you weep. Oh, Mary, don't you weep, don't you weep. Oh.